I'm Greg Douglas. You're watching us at the Chat Room and Tyrant Studios.
We welcome you to the Chat Room at Tyrant Studios.
Coming to you high from the legendary penthouse in downtown Vancouver.
We are presented by West Coast Dream Machines on Clyde Avenue in West Vancouver. Our catering sponsor is Neighbors Restaurant and Pizza House on Victoria Drive. And now we have a brand new wine sponsor, Otter Trail Wineries in Langley.
Wow.
He's our brand new wine sponsor, and we welcome them to the program.
Yeah, Shane, the May family, Shane May, good friend of the Filipponi family.
Shane what?
Shane May, he's here. And
John
also,
Blanks.
I've already heard that Otter Trail is available at Legends. It's available in the St. Regis wine store right now.
Nice.
St. Regis.
Downtown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Anyway,
curious to drive.
happy to bring them aboard, for sure.
So we have Dr. Sport with us. Dr. Sport has been a regular mentor, executive producer, if you will.
Head of our sports bureau.
All-around connected guy for the show. Originally intended to be the very first guest of the show,
That's right.
as befitted, but was the second guest, and he's been a regular since. We'd like to bring you on when there's sports things bubbling under in the marketplace.
And there are, indeed.
And, well, first of all, has traffic hell officially begun in downtown for FIFA?
Without a doubt. I mean, if you live anywhere near Broadway, you don't have to ask that question. But down by Granville Island, absolutely. I live in that area. The pedestrian traffic has increased incredibly. It's only going to get busier, too.
Do you know employees of BC Place? Check this out, Chappie.
Yeah.
So if you're working at BC Place and you're getting ready for FIFA,
Yeah.
they now can't enter through any way other than the Science World entry.
Wow.
So that's where the entry is for fans. So it's a kilometer walk. It's the Mogadishu Mile to get into to get into BC Place.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Have they closed any businesses down there? Like
that
Costco
I haven't
Well,
heard
BC Entertainment, Sports Hall of Fame.
we're going to get to that.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But no, it's we're a couple weeks out and we're all excited.
So, again, I'm not naive enough to think that it's not a good thing. The benefit for the city is better than not having it. And puts Vancouver once again on the global landscape, which is fine. But I've heard conflicting things. I've heard June hotel bookings are down 20% from this time a year ago.
They are.
Yeah.
So are people just saying, you know what, you're overcharging for everything. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get to. I'm out.
I think that's the attitude in a lot of circles right now. I mean, I got some notes here on the ticket prices. It's just ridiculous. I mean, did you for to rent one suite for one game for 10 people, Danny?
$99.
$470,000 for the one night.
Wow.
Mind you, that's for 10 people, and you get all the booze and food. But imagine
Well,
that.
Wow.
I think what FIFA did was, I don't think they had pre-booked thousands of rooms all across Vancouver. In
Right.
fact, that's what they do when they go to these cities.
Yeah.
And then about a month ago, they relinquished about 80% of the rooms. And a lot of people who are planning on coming to Vancouver were told that they were already all sold out.
That's right.
And
That's
now with
right.
the prices of fuel for planes and
Oh,
gas,
yeah.
I think a lot of people just throwing their arms up in the air and saying, what the heck?
I've talked to a lot of people that were planning on taking some games in Seattle, and they just said for that very reason.
Yeah.
You know, the hotels, the travel, the border, the gas, forget it.
But meanwhile, as Chappie and I have talked about, listen, at the end of the day, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of visitors in the city.
I think game nights or game days, there's going to be people downtown. You'll certainly feel that. But it strikes me, as, and in a long line with what Joe was saying and yourself, Danny, that, and Greg, you shouldn't really necessarily compare it to the Olympics or previous big sports, but because it's a little bit apples and oranges. You know, the World Cup's hosted across a number of different cities, and it's not compressed into the 2-week period that we had with the Olympics. But it feels like it connected with the city more. You had the Irish House next door here to the Penthouse. There was lots of events. The only sort of fan area is up by the P&E, which is a little removed from the downtown core. It just feels a little bit different going in. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll all come together. I don't know.
So contrast that to, again, we're talking soccer, the beautiful game. Do we still have a MLS franchise in Vancouver? What's the status of
We
the
do
Whitecaps?
today.
We
I
do
don't know
today?
about tomorrow, but they're soliciting money people now, as Aaron, and hoping that somebody will step up.
So they're hoping for a Ryan Reynolds or a Michael Bublé to throw their money.
They approached Bublé.
They did.
They didn't really give
But you
too
know,
many details.
the numbers, nobody is talking about the numbers, Joe, and it's just outrageous. I mean, I don't even, when you take a look at what they're asking, I think the whole key to it is the government and the BC Pavilion. They've got to relinquish some of the rights and let the soccer club do its business. That's my
It's the height of irony in Vancouver that it's so expensive for Vancouverites that they can't afford to live it here anymore, that the Whitecaps can't afford to be here anymore. Apparently.
So. And then that blends into another question about when I first heard, I'm a huge baseball fan, so the opportunity or possibility of us having an MLB franchise excites me. If it were to be an American League franchise, I won't deny. But here's the thing. How do we look in the eyes of the professional sports groups, because we didn't retain an NBA team? We're on the verge of possibly losing an MLS team. Can we even possibly hold an MLB franchise?
Joe, I think this is, and we have a quasi-politician here. But I think that it was strictly a line from the mayor just trying to, get a little bit of attention.
It's a campaign.
There is no possible way. You're talking $1 billion or more to build a building and get the franchise.
I'll tell you, you want to talk baseball, let's talk the Vancouver Canadians. I mean, listen, I was at the game the other night.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful park, holds 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Yeah.
As you said, you
It's
don't
perfect.
even know a single person who's playing, but yet you don't care. You
doesn't
show
matter.
up to cheer on the home team. You get yourself a 3-foot-long hot dog or not, and it's a great evening out.
Joe, you may remember this years ago. There was a move afoot to get a Major League franchise here to play a split season with the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
No.
You sit down, you look at the numbers,
Yeah.
and even with the stadium there wasn't that much interest. Back in 1983, I think it was, Jack Quinn, the magical general manager of the Vancouver Canadians, managed to bring in Bob Hope and to help with an old-timers exhibition game. And it was a
I remember
bugger
when they
selling
did,
tickets.
was it the Steve Wilson Baseball Classic they did here? There was a guy named Steve Wilson who played in the majors.
Yeah.
He probably had a cup of coffee in the majors. But anyway, so he's a Canadian guy, hosted a couple of summer events called the Steve Wilson Baseball Classic. And one of my proudest moments was we at CHRX, the radio station, were the presenting sponsor of the game. So I had an on-field access media pass, and Sparky Anderson was the guest manager.
Really? Yeah.
And I'm showing him the pass. He goes, I don't care who you are. Get the F off my field.
Oh, really?
My claim to fame.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Sparky. Great to know you.
Out of here, sponsors.
Yeah. Anyway, Doctor, we always love your input, and we value you. And I know that you're heading off to see, speaking of baseball, you're off to the prettiest little ballpark in all the world, aren't you?
Yeah. As Danny said earlier, that's a comfort zone. That Bailey Stadium is a fun place.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is right.
It's priced appropriately.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you get the kids moving up to the big leagues, and you can look back, and there's a host of them now, as you all know.
It is an absolute gem.
And with the Toronto Blue Jays affiliation, it's only gotten better. Sure. They've taken that barbecue pit away, and they're building a gymnasium there.
In fact, last night I noticed that whole right field side is going to be. So anyway, if you haven't gone to a Canadians game, grab a ticket.
Get yourself out there.
We all should go.
Always a
But
pleasure.
on the Major League franchise thing, forget it. Don't get too excited.
No.
That ain't going to happen in your
I
lifetime.
haven't written my season. I haven't written my season ticket deposit check yet. Don't worry about that. Greg Douglas, always a pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Good to be here.